My name's GuyKesTV and I've been a professional mountain bike kit and bike reviewer for nearly 25 years now. That means I get to work my way through a lot of kit in all weathers and all conditions. And one piece of kit I'm wearing an absolute ton this winter because I've been lucky enough to be sent it, because at 250 quid I couldn't afford to buy them. But if you've got a serious budget for absolutely top end kind of all-weather kit, then I would thoroughly recommend a pair of these bad boys. Fizik X2 Terra Clima. They're actually not listed as a winter boot. There's an Arctic version which has more insulation, but these I've been so impressed with. And they're a weird design because they've got this, like, it's a sock basically. It's a waterproof knitted sock liner, and then a kind of, I don't know, a heavy-duty sandal on the bottom with a BOA dial, the latest BOA L6 dial on there, and then big Velcro crossover strap to cinch them up. So the fit's really good, but without being constrictive around the front. And they're incredibly weatherproof. I thought they'd just get sobby and I'd get really cold. But I've worn these in the same conditions. I mean, I've been wearing them with other shoes simultaneously. And I've worn these in the same conditions as any of my other winter boots. And apart from the specialised defrosters, which are like basically wearing a shed on your foot, these have stayed as warm and as comfortable when the weather's been at its worst. But the crucial thing is they're a lot lighter and they dry much, much quicker. So in fact, these have often warmed up and become comfortable again a lot faster when it's been sub-zero or hovering around kind of frost point than a full-on winter boot. And they're ready to go again the next day. You know, stuff some newspaper in or put them on a boot dryer and they're ready to go the next day, which when you're riding as much as I am is absolutely crucial. In terms of sole, you've got this kind of really good Vibram super grippy sole. You can see it's a bit like a tractor tread on the bottom there. And the cleat slots are, you've got a really long cleat slot. It actually goes a long way back on the shoe. So if you're running a platform pedal and you like a more centralised cleat position, then these shoes will cope with that as well. I would say they are pretty flexy. If you're used to like a carbon sole for super stiff pedalling, you're going to find these a pretty floppy plimsoll. And at first I was like, oh, they're a bit too floppy, and because the upper's quite mobile, it's, you know, it's a fabric rather than massively structured upper, there was a bit of movement in there, and I was like, oh, not sure. But just for, you know, running around on flat pedals, for kicking around places like Leeds Urban Bike Park, Stainburn, just techie places where you need that kind of maximum information through the sole of your foot and a really good feel for the trail and the bike, these are absolutely awesome. And I've been wearing them. And the other thing, I thought they'd get knackered really quickly as well with this fabric. But I've been wearing them for, I must be getting on for 3 months now, and they're kind of my go-to shoe for any condition. I mean, even when it's snowing, I've worn these. So, and it's about 10 degrees today, so there's a really broad bandwidth. These shoes are super comfortable in, and because they've got that little bit height there, they just stop the water going in a bit more than a normal shoe, especially if you've got a trouser on top. It's a pretty sealed system. Yeah, and there's a little bit of insulation in there, but like I say, I mean, just the whole package, the kind of mobility of your foot, the fit of them. They do a whole range of sizes. They do wide sizes as well in 37 through 47. So that's a real advantage if you've got quite a broad, short foot like I have. And because that fabric sock breathes really well, your feet don't sweat. And because your feet don't sweat, they don't get wet. And because they don't get wet, they stay warmer. So the whole effect is more comfortable than a more insulated but less breathable shoe. So really, it is only that price getting in the way. But they are absolutely superb shoes if you can afford them. So that's me fancy feet filmed. I'll also be doing these Smith Wildcat glasses and 4Front2 helmets shortly because I'm getting more riding time in on them. So look out for the reviews on them, and if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing on my Patreon channel, like these legends whose names are scrolling up now, because that helps me just make more of this stuff. So if you like it, share it, click for notifications, tell more people about it, and then give Patreon a good thought. Go on, you know you want to.